Welcome. In this video, we will review how to use macOS Preview to make some basic edits to your images. So I'm just going to open an image. So usually on a Mac, if you double click on an image, often the default editor is Preview. So I'm just going to scale our image down a little bit. And pretty typical, you're going to often need to crop an image. So all you'll need to do is click and drag a marquee around the content area you would like to crop to. So let's just say we crop like so. Let's leave a little on the bottom because a little extra on the bottom always creates a little better visual weight. And then do your best to get the same amount of space on the right, the left, and probably the top. And again, you would leave just a little extra on the bottom just for some nice visual weight. All right, so once you have selected the area you would like to keep, just go to Tools and Crop. Okay, simple. Now, in the tools, you note that you can also rotate and flip your image. You can also use Adjust Color to make some basic adjustments. You could use auto levels and let the program help you out, or you could adjust the levels to compensate for an image which is really dark or really light. Okay. And then you can obviously adjust exposure, contrast, highlights, and other properties here. If you feel that you've gone too far, you've messed something up, just reset and you'll go back to the defaults. All right, so I'm going to close this. So we have cropped our image. Next, what you'll likely do is in the tools, you will adjust the size. And I'm going to keep the resample image. If I take this check away, then resolution, height, and width will all be calculated simultaneously, or one will be exchanged for the other. We don't need to do that. We're not dealing with print. So we will leave a check on scale proportionally and a check on the resample, so just width and height are linked. And then you will change your units to pixels because we work in pixels in the web or the screen environment. Now, really what it comes down to is the width you want your image to be in pixels. So it really kind of comes down to, over time, learning the different device widths and heights, and then what the screen interface width or height will be if you're working with a desktop computer. So let's just say that we're going to go with an image which is 600 pixels wide, and the height will automatically be calculated for us because they're linked. So let's go ahead and click OK. And this looks a whole lot smaller, but that's okay. You can always go up to View, and you can go Actual Size. You can zoom to fit. Okay, so there is our actual size. Or of course, you could zoom in and zoom out. All right, so let's go ahead and export. So I'm going to save this file first, and then we will export. And this is where you can change the file format. So right now this is a JPEG, and a JPEG is a lossy algorithm. So it's a give and take. So we can throw away some information and get a smaller file size. So if you adjust the slider, you'll notice right now we're probably at about, say, I don't know, 80%. And you'll notice the file size is 110 kilobytes. So the whole trick here is you adjust the scale, and what you're trying to do is get the smallest file size possible and still maintain a level of quality which meets your communication need. So you're going to have to experiment, and you might have to export a file more than once. But again, it's like a game as far as who can get the smallest file with a relatively good level of quality. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. So let's just say we go with what we have here, roughly 62 kilobytes. And I'm going to go to the desktop and make sure I find, I think, my exercises, exercise 1, images, and I'm going to rename this so I don't write over this image. We'll just call this edit 1, and we will save. All right. Then we'll go up and we will export again. This time we'll use PNG. So at first in the class, you'll likely work with JPEGs and PNGs. So Joint Photographic Experts Group, a lossy algorithm. And then we'll work with portable network graphics. Portable network graphics will give you a much higher quality image and also allow you to work with transparency in the background. But it comes at a much larger file size. Better quality, you get an alpha channel level of transparency, and you get, I should say, it just comes with a larger file size. All right, so we'll go with PNG, okay? And you'll notice that this file is now 589 kilobytes, okay? And we will rename this one edit 2, and we'll save this to the same folder. Okay, I'm going to close the original. Here's edit 1, and here's edit 2. So here's 1, here's 2. Remember, this is our JPEG, this is a PNG. You'll notice that the color is pretty close. The image quality is pretty close. But if we were to take a look at our two edited images, if I scroll over here a little bit, you'll see that the first one is 62 kilobytes. The second one, the PNG, is 589 kilobytes. Obviously, the JPEG file wins here. Okay? All right, so using macOS Preview to make some basic image edits.